So one thing that's helped me on my journey to eliminate limiting beliefs and all these type things to get you to your goals, make you the successful person that you want to be, live the life that you want to live. Something that I've come across is thinking and believing that I'm an idiot and that everybody else that I'm up against or the people that I see doing things in life are much smarter than me. And that is a complete and utter misconception. I have one thing right in that situation. I am completely a idiot. I'm not very smart. But the thing that you don't notice about it is that most people are not very smart. No, most people, the smartest people realize that they're not that smart. That I think that's the biggest key to being smart. I don't think a smart person would think that they're too smart for the program or that they know everything, because a part of being smart, I feel as though, is continuously learning and finding out the things that you don't know. That's the only thing that can make you possibly smart. And the ability to learn, the ability to be bad at something, and the ability to understand and know that this is not a matter of smartness, intelligence. Actually, the dumbest people win in this game the best because they realize that they're not too smart and they have to continue to learn. And sometimes I have a funny example of this, right? I did an escape room with this girl that I'm going out with, and we did the escape room, and we pretty much did the easiest escape room. We just didn't know the level that we were doing, and we're both, I guess, pretty smart people. I'm not really sure, but we were doing the escape room, and the answers to the way out of the room were the easiest answers in the world, but we could not find them because we were thinking that it was much more complicated than it is. And that's much like so many different things that you're striving to do in life. I know myself, when I get my mind on something, I'll end up telling myself, "Man, you're not smart enough to figure this out." You know, these guys that make apps, these guys that do these things that you want to do, you know, they've went to school, they've done this, they went to Harvard, and blah 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 and blah 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 blah. But the fact of the matter, that isn't true. You know, the only difference between you being smart and you being dumb is if you do or don't do. You know, you have to just go do. You just have to go and say, fuck it. You know, there's not a lot of analyzing. You know, everybody gets stuck, and I've gotten stuck in multiple years, I feel as though, of analysis paralysis, of the thing that I wanted to do and constantly planning and planning and planning and not taking action and just doing it. And the fact of the matter is, you just have to go and do, go and do, go and do. And the way you get good at something is by being bad at it, accepting that you're bad at it, and working and working and working and being consistent enough to get some results at the end of the day. You know, at the end of the day, with this whole YouTube thing, I'm not the best YouTuber in the world. I'm matter of fact, one of the least good YouTubers in the world, but I'm improving every single video. So my goal to start off to becoming a YouTuber or making these videos and making it my living, whatever you want to call it, first I've taken pride and taken joy in making these videos at a level that I don't really care if they succeed or not, you know, which is the first step, because, you know, the first goal I have is making 100 videos, and after 100 videos, maybe see where we're at, and if I haven't had a single video perform decent, then all right, move on. But my goal for decency or growth is simply 40 views, whatever you want to call it, and I'm grateful to get those, because at the end of the day, I do this just to touch one person, you know, or just to have one person understand what I'm saying, because I know what it feels like to feel like you're alone, or that every guru that you swipe through is saying this, that, and this, and this, that, and this, and it makes it seem like you have to be this perfect type of person, but you don't. You know, just stop being so smart and just be stupid and just be dumb and just be as dumb as you can be, and learn the things that you want to learn, because, you know, there's no other way to learn them other than being dumb and fucking up and failing and failing. You're not too smart to fail. You know, being too smart is literally thinking that after you're failing, oh, I should not be failing. You should completely be failing. I think that a dumb person thinks that they should not be failing. I think a dumb person thinks that it's not a part of the I think a dumb person thinks that it's not a part of the process to fail. It's not a part of the process to to live and to learn, and I'm grateful to be doing that today. I'm grateful to have this life where I'm living and learning and growing and trying new things and exploring and exploring and exploring and failing. The best part of my life today is the fact that I'm willing and able to fail at the things that I most desire to do. And it's not easy and it doesn't feel great. And a lot of things about success and trying to get to the place that you want in life, I feel like it does not feel great. And that's why so many people fall off the path. Even when I think about my walk with God, or my spiritual walk, or the person that I'm being, is that why would we need God if we're so perfect? If I didn't need God, if I was so perfect, if I was the perfect human being, I wouldn't need God at all. I would just flick off God and be like, man, let me do my own thing because my will is best. But the thing that got me to realize that God helps me and God needs to be in my life is the fact that I fucked up so many times in my life, and that God's will is better than my own. And I find it crazy how the best way to learn, the best way to grow in life is by failing and fucking up and doing the opposite of what you think is going to get you success. On your first try, you might not get success. On the second try, you might not get success. But at the third try, you might get success. And even on the first try, you might get success. But at the end of the day, that might not be how exactly you want it, because you have to keep it up, and I feel as though in this game that we're playing of trying to get to where we want to get to in life, or trying to get to the goals that we want to go to, it's important that we go through a slow process, because as fast as you get it, you'll lose it. As fast as you grow, you'll be able to fall at like quicker than the speed that you grew at. So I look and I think and I evaluate my process, and I'm happy that I'm going through a process today that is molding me and getting me to the point that I want to. And as long as, even though it's slow and even though it's everything that it needs to be, it sometimes feels like, man, this needs to speed up a little bit, and I get a little bit impatient, and that's a part of the journey as well. But I'm happy that I'm embracing the journey. I'm happy that I'm learning. I'm happy that I'm growing, and that's all you can do is embrace the game. When you're playing the video game, no matter if you die, no matter if you win the battle royale. Let's talk about Fortnite. You're having fun. You might get a little angry, you might get a little mad, but you're having fun. And I think the most important thing to do, and whatever you're trying to do, is have fun. Have fun with the passion you're pursuing, the purpose that you're pursuing, and not take it so serious. I find myself taking this so serious, YouTube and videos and all these things, and it's like, I do this and I wanted to do this because it was a passion of mine, and it's still a passion, and I still go out and have fun. And as long as I'm having fun, I'm doing something right. And as long as I'm having fun and continue to have fun, things will come with it and rewards will come. And it's just about sticking to the script, being consistent, and not thinking you're too good to be good at to be bad at something, and yeah, pretty simple, pretty easy to think about. And I found that so many things and so many of the answers that I've sought for so long have been simpler than I ever imagined, and that at the end of the day, the things that I want in life are gettable as long as I keep it simple and have the fun that I want to have and be the person that I want to be, because that's all I can be, is myself, and grow as this person and become better. So I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I'm happy to be here, happy to give this message out to you. And if you relate, just drop a comment down below. That's something I've never said before, but I'm so grateful when I read those comments. It really keeps me going, it really keeps me motivated. And yeah, thank you. Grateful to all right, now you're getting weird, bro.